In this video, I'm going to talk about list comprehensions in Python. So first of all, what is a list comprehension? A list comprehension is a way or a concise way to create lists in Python. It provides tactically compact and readable way to create a new list by iterating over an existing iterable like list, tuple, or range, and optionally applying condition to filter elements. So in other words, it's a way to create a new list from an existing list, and you can also apply a condition which is optional. Okay, so this is the list comprehension syntax. So this is the variable where you are storing the existing list. So the syntax is you have the expression and you have the for loop. So item, this is a variable. Iterable, this is the list. And if condition, this is optional. So let's discuss each item within the list comprehension. So expression, this is the value or operation applied to each item that you want to include in the new list. An item, this is a variable representing each element in the iterable. So it can be, the item can be named any names. And iterable, this is the collection being looped over, such as a list, tuple, range, etc. And if condition is, like I mentioned before, it's optional, a condition that filters which items to include in the new list. Okay, so I have the Netmiko code here that we can use to show you a couple of examples on how to use a list comprehension. So let me get into the IPython interpreter shell. IPython. Let me just clear the screen. Okay, so I'm going to just copy and paste this. So this is just to import the connect handler from the Netmiko library, and I'm just creating a list of connection details here, or devices basically. Going to just copy and paste this, and then so for example, example one, collect host names by connecting to devices and stripping prompt characters. So this is an example of a list comprehension. So in this case, the expression is this part here. This is the expression, or let me go back, the operation applied to each item. And this is the for loop. So device in this case is the item, and devices is the iterable. So this is following the syntax that we just looked at. So expression, item, iterable, and we're not using the if condition in this case. So if I copy and paste this, that will take a minute because it's connecting to the devices on the internet. And if I print the host name, we see two host names. So one is this is a router, and this is another router. So that's how you can use a list comprehension to collect host names and printing the items in the list. Okay, I'm going to just copy and paste this. This is to basically, I'm using a for loop here to disconnect from the devices. From each devices, I'm using two devices in this case. And let me show you the second example. So second example is, what I'm saying here is I'm sending show version command, the show version command to each device and store results. So again, this is the expression, this is the item, this is the iterable. So we are following the list comprehension syntax, which is this, but we're not using the if condition in this case. I'm going to use if condition in the next example. So if I just copy and paste this, so that's gonna take a minute or a few seconds. Okay, done. Now we should see the output of the show version command from both devices. Yeah, which now we see. So this is the output of the show version from a Cisco device, and this one from a Linux device. Okay, and item number 3, let me just clear the screen. In this case, no, I need to disconnect from the devices. Okay, so the third example is we are using a Walrus operator to assign and filter outputs, starting with Cisco. So in this case, I have the expression, I have the item, and I have the iterable. And here I have the if condition. So this is basically saying that, what I'm saying here is I'm assigning the output of the show version command that starts with Cisco. So if this is true, then this operation here will be executed. So this will be true because the show version being sent to a Cisco device will have a Cisco, will start with the Cisco word. So if I copy and paste this, okay, I have an error. Let me do it again. Yeah, it worked. It worked now. So you have to just keep trying. But this output here, if I say print output commands, command outputs, I will only see the output that starts with Cisco, which is the case here. And now I can go ahead and copy and paste this line of code to disconnect from both the devices. Okay, one more. I think this will just taking a minute to disconnect. Okay, so that's how you can use a list comprehension with Netmiko. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.